Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So first off, I'd like to give a shout out to one of my Patreon supporters, Al Heyman. Thanks for your support. Now if you check your notices, even though it is a long weekend for many of us in North America, we do have a new update, and it actually is a new version. Version 3.1.200, another style, Lovebird, and if you can tell from the picture, we have finally got a new version for Lovely. Lovely has been neglected for a very long time, and let's be honest, she was a meme for many years. Finally, we do have a new version for her. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. Anyways, so I don't have the update in terms of the the compensation for Nona's Shadow. I've heard that a lot of people have gotten compensated. However, I don't remember anyone like myself. I don't have it yet. So let me know in the comments below if you have gotten some, or if you are still waiting for compensation yourself. Other than that, this is actually a relatively small update. We do have a new character, of course, AS Lovely, and she is no joke. Now, I know the normal version pretty much was, well, power crept almost at the same time she came out. She had a little bit of an interesting healing. However, as a fire blunt unit, she was superseded very quickly in the game. Now, AS Lovely, on the other hand, is actually going to be very viable in today's meta. One thing that makes her stand apart is she is our first unit that can preemptively set blunt zone with a move. So that is something, for now, unique with her. And because she gets that, I believe, let's see, I believe normal style Lovely also gets the ability to set zone with just a move. So even the normal style Lovely, as bad as she is, hey, you can still use her to set zone. And let's be honest, as a fire blunt unit, you can find many ways to kind of augment that. We have my waifu ES Suzette, we have AS Hardy, and so on and so forth. And anytime you can set any move zone with a move, it's always very useful. Now, one thing else about AS Lovely, she is our newest super tank. Now, if you've used AS Radius and you know how powerful she is, Chivalry allows you to tank 3 separate turns where you basically have activate guard and able to absorb all damage for that one turn, including any AoEs and so on and so forth, allowing your team to kind of do whatever they want. AS Lovely has something very similar and yet quite different as well. So instead of having 3 separate moves, she has one move called Today's Daily Challenge. It replaces the basic hack just like Chivalry, but you can only activate it once, and you can only activate it once total per battle. The difference is that it'll activate guard on AS Lovely for 2 turns instead of for 1 turn, and I believe that she can still act after that. So if you activate that during the AF, you'll be able to do moves during or attacks during the AF. If you activate it on 1 turn, she should be able to do a move the next turn. What's different about her counter is that when she is physically or magically attacks, and remember she is guard, so she'll absorb all attacks directed towards any member of your party. It will counter with a type res down 50%, which will stack at 3 stacks up to 100%. This also lasts for 5 turns, and it inflicts mega poison and helps recover 10% AF gauge. Now, if there are 3 enemies that attack, I imagine that will recover 30% AF, which will allow you to kind of abuse things. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that works. But in theory, this should allow you to do multiple AFs if you have certain fights where every enemy kind of attacks once and you have like 3 or 4 or 5 enemies. And I can think of a lot of super bosses with minions or other things where you just have multiple attacks over and over again. Now, multi-hit attacks should count as only a 1 attack and you only encounter once. However, some enemies do have multiple attacks as well. Not only that, she seems to have a pretty decent DPS. She can also actually, with her one move, which also has a setup move, it will do a blunt AoE and blunt resistance down 50%, power and speed up 50%, and during the first 3 turns, very similar to AS Flam, you'll get buff double percent. So it'll be 100% blunt resistance down, power and speed plus 100, and it gives herself knockback immunity. Too bad it's not for the whole party, but still, it is quite good. And for her DPS, her main DPS actually only works well in AF. It gives you extra 2 attacks during the AF. Outside of AF, her attack's going to be a lot lower. But again, in the first turn, you can do 1 turn AF anyways, in which case you can take full advantage of her massive DPS, or pretty good DPS, I should say, in your Blunt Zone team. So that's pretty good. And of course, for those who are free as well as paid, there are different banners. There are the regular banner. I'm assuming it'll be a full rate up, regular style lovely plus AS lovely. And there's going to be the fateful, of course, 10% flat chance on pull number 10. We also do have a true manifest for Lokido. So I'm looking forward to trying out a few different teams on him. Being that this is a new update with a new number, I should get this on iOS a couple of hours earlier, so hopefully I can get that started instead of staying up very, very late to do that. Now, for those who are fans of Lily, hey, guess what? You can dress up your cat to match up Lily, and if you have AS Lily, I guess it'll look cool too. Alright, and again, like I said, even regular style lovely will get the deploy Roaring Bash stance, which is Blunt Zone. Okay, so relatively small update. A small improvement to regular style lovely, a new version of lovely, and of course 1 true manifest Lokido. For myself, of course, I do have lovely as a 5-star, and so I will not be summoning for this banner. And of course, I also do have Lokido, so I will be doing the fights for that. I don't have to summon for him. But let me know in the comments below, are you planning to summon on AS Lovely? Are you planning to hold back? What do you think of the new, true manifest? And are you excited? I mean, 1 step closer to catching up to Japan, right? Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.